Welcome to Dreamweaver Stories, where dreams come alive through inspiring journey. I'm your host, Jenny Jinju, author of Dreamweaver and entrepreneur who built over $100 million business from a humble beginning as a nanny. I know how scary it is to dream big and how hard it is to make those dreams real. On this show, please follow me traveling the world to meet incredible women, dreamweavers, who have turned their visions into reality. Together, we will share their stories to inspire women and younger generations to dream boldly and walk their path with courage. Because when we dream together, anything is possible. Welcome to Dreamweaver Stories, where we bring raw, unfiltered conversations with women who have dared to reinvent themselves, turning obstacles into opportunities and setbacks into comebacks. No one embodied this more than Bershan Shaw. To give months to live after stage 4 breast cancer diagnosis, she refused to accept that as her ending. She fought, she survived, and she transformed her second chance into a mission to empower others. As the founder of You Are a Warrior, a global speaker, coach, and a transformation expert, Bershan has helped thousands break through limitations and own their power. You have seen her on Own's Love and Marriage and on stage worldwide. But beyond all the titles, she's also my YPO sister, a woman who lives and breathes resilience and reinvention. Bershan, welcome to Dreamweaver Stories.
Thank you so much, Jenny. Thank you for having me, and thank you for this movement. I think it's so needed, and what you're doing is beautiful.
Thank you. I'm so excited to share your story. So, Bershan, take us back to that moment when you were diagnosed with stage 4 breast cancer. How did you process the reality of what you were facing? I cannot imagine.
It was in the month of March, to tell you the truth. It was March 8th when I didn't know what it was. I had horrible back pains. I couldn't move. I couldn't do anything. I had gone to wellness clinics, chiropractors all over the world. And they thought it was a slip disc until someone told me at Columbia Presbyterian to get an MRI. I'm afraid of MRIs. But he said, I think you should get an MRI. And I remember the day so clearly. I did an MRI. And I went for my results and I thought everything was fine. It was literally 2 weeks before my marriage. Can you believe that? 2 weeks before my wedding. I literally went.
Oh, gosh.
And the doctor told me to sit down. No one wants to hear sit down.
God.
And I was taken aback. And I was like,
oh God. Yeah.
And then 7 doctors came in from different departments. We had MD Anderson, we had Columbia Presbyterian, we had Cedar Sinai, some on calls, some in person. And they said, you've been diagnosed with terminal stage 4 breast cancer.
So most people, I think, would have accepted that terminal diagnosis as end of their story, but you fought back. So what shifted in your mindset?
So I had been diagnosed before, 2 years before, in 2007. And it was stage 1. And I didn't want to be known as the sick girl. I didn't tell anyone. I said I was going to keep going, but that's not what you should do. I was embarrassed and ashamed. This time I said, I'm going to beat this. I'm going to fight through this. I got on my knees and I said, God, if you keep me alive, just keep me alive. Just keep me alive for 10 years. Keep me alive for another 30 years. I will motivate and inspire people, women all around the world. And I will get women to join this movement, and we need to help each other. and invest in this movement. And literally,
Mhm.
that's what I did. I started speaking about
Yeah.
owning your health, owning your power. And I just said, I'm going to beat it. I told my doctor, Dr. Katani,
Mhm.
I'm going to beat this
Mhm.
disease. Cancer's not taking me out.
Mm. So I think, in that moment, um, the fear, right? The fear has a way of paralyzing us in the life's darkest, toughest moments. How did you really move beyond that fear and like
You know, I
step
lived fear
into a
every day.
warrior mode?
I was scared. I was sad. I was mad. I was angry.
Mm-hmm.
And I read something that Louise Hay said. Um, challenge yourself daily. Get out of your own way. Do something different. So I literally told myself and do affirmations and manifestations. I literally said, I am healthy. I'm going to beat this cancer. My body lives in health. Like every day, I'm healthy. I'm going to beat this cancer. My body lived in health. And I kept doing everything. I changed my diet. I stopped eating meat. I started exercises, but I started to manifest and affirm what I wanted in my life. Health, wealth, success is mine. I mean, these are things that I really did every day, 10 times a day, 10 times a day, every day. Reading something motivational, writing
Yeah.
in my journal. This is a journey. It's a mindset. When you get cancer, you got to be
Yeah.
ready for war. You
Mhm,
can't
mhm.
give up. Mindset is number one.
Wow. It's very powerful. You are who you decide you are. I think that's just so, so powerful. So surviving cancer was only part of your journey. You turned your pain into a purpose. What made you step into the world of motivational speaking and
My doctor, Dr. Alicia Emmons, was like, you know, because I would come to chemo dressed up. I would wear
Mhm.
red faux fur, lipstick, heels. I would dress up. I used to tell the phlebotomist, his name was James, give me my blood work. Like I had
Mhm.
to change my mindset to live. And Dr. Alicia Emmons said, I want you to be the keynote at
Mhm,
this event.
mhm,
It's going to be a lot of people there, but I want you to be the head speaker. And I'm like, me?
mhm,
This is 16 years ago. And I said, I'm going to do
mhm.
it. I was nervous.
Yeah,
I think I stood up all night writing a speech, writing a speech, writing a speech,
yeah.
nervous, nervous, nervous. And I got to tell you, the day I did the speech, I
Yeah,
stood on that podium, I tore it up. I said, I'm going to be as real as I can and as authentic
yeah.
as I can. And I literally said, I shouldn't
Mm,
be here today.
yeah.
Doctor said I wouldn't be here. I said, but I'm going to live my life and
Mm,
ride the wheels till the wheels fall off.
mhm.
Ride this till the wheels fall off. And I raised my hand and I just happened to say, I am a warrior. This woman said, I am a warrior. And everyone in the crowd said, we warrior. That was the beginning of my movement.
What was that most difficult part of you reinventing yourself, right? And after such this life changing experience, what is the
Uh,
most
I,
difficult part of the reinventing? As you're saying,
yeah,
definitely it's not overnight. There's a lot of fear you face it every day. But what's the most difficult part? Just go through that process, say, I'm gonna reinvent myself. This is
I,
not the
I had to get busy living
end
or
of my
dying.
story.
You make a choice in life. Do you want to live and live your life to the fullest? Because
Mm,
we are called on this
right.
earth to do something or be something.
Mhm.
Or do you want to die? Live with your dreams shattered,
Mhm.
not realized,
Right.
keep on living in regret? That's not what I wanted.
It's like, we speak a lot of about resilience. I think, when you had that situation, when you go through this life-changing experience, it's like, I think it's a mindset, but also is the resilience to make you go through every day. So what is like, the biggest misconceptions people have about what it
It
really
means
means
that
to be a resilient?
you have issues. Life will bring you challenges hiccups, um, altercations, but you push through, right? I always say, if you fall down, you can look up, you can get up. Les Brown said it, but I say, if you are alive and if you can hear, speak, and you're walking and you can see, you are blessed. Millions of people, billions, millions don't have that gift. So what are you waiting for? Push through, right? So we spend a lot of time, some people being a victim, saying this happened, that happened, this happened. But let me tell you, we were built for it. We just don't think we can do it. And really, we can. You are so much stronger than you think.
You are much stronger than you think, right? Is I feel like in that moment you thinking either I let this break me or let it rebuild me. I think obviously you made that choice every day. That's powerful. So, you know, your platform, You Are a Warrior, has impacted so many lives. What does it truly means to be a warrior? Not just like in the illness, right? But in business, in relationships, and everyday life.
I think a warrior it's a full body person. It's someone who, in spite of, keeps going. Despite, like, in spite of, I keep going, right? I don't stop. In your career, you will hit roadblocks. You will hit things that will break you. You will hit issues with your employees in your company. Despite of, keep going, right? That's a warrior. We don't fall down and give up. Don't give
Yeah.
up.
I think you can heal, you can, feel all this fear, but you cannot allow s- just
No matter how
stuck
small.
there. You have to do
Don't give
some
up.
little things, no matter how small, just keep going. Exactly. So, yeah, so many women like in our community, YPO, Women President Organization, and in the Dreamweaver community have faced setbacks like divorce, financial struggles, career disappointment. So what advice would you Women President Organization and in the Dreamweaver community have faced setbacks like divorce, financial struggles, career disappointment? So, what advice would you give them about step into their power?
I coach so many women come to me and say, "Can you help me find confidence? Can you help
Mm-hmm.
me find this boldness that you have?" I didn't always have it.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
you have to be intentional
Yep. Yep.
to push forward and own who you are.
Mm-hmm.
We do a lot of things as women what our husbands want us to do,
Mm-hmm.
what our parents want us to do, never what we want us to do. Go back to that inner child and look at, what do you want in your heart? What does Jenny want? What does Bershan want? Live your authentic truth. That's how you do
Mm-hmm.
it. And so, if you're
Mm-hmm.
going through a
Mm-hmm.
divorce, right? I always tell
Right.
myself,
Right.
you never can get back time. You can never get back
Mm-hmm.
time. We spend all this time fighting, not
Mm-hmm.
living our life, doing these things, but you can never get back time. Every day, time passes us. So, what do you want to spend your time on? Being happy and living your best life,
Right.
or fighting and being miserable?
Yeah, and we've both been through all these things, right? It's like sometimes I think the misconception is a lot of people asking us, wow, you are so brave, you are so tough, you are so strong, you are so confident. But we all know that confidence we're not born into is a muscle you have to keep practicing, then just keep going. And it's like we didn't know all the answers we know. I'm pretty sure when what you were told at that moment, you probably like, you didn't know all the answers. What are you going to go through this? But what you did is you just keep going, not let this,
Yep.
uncertainty to scare me or just be stuck, being a victim. I think that's so important. We are on the other side of the struggle. I think that's important for people to hear your story, to know no matter where they are, they can go through this. And also like, you have worked with the high achievers, business leaders, and the people at their lowest point. What do you see as the biggest difference between those who rise
If
and those who stay stuck?
or staying stuck. I think the difference in people rising or staying stuck is you are what you think and you are what you believe. I learned this, with my high school coach. He's like, if you think you're going to
So true.
lose, you will lose. You will lose. Like, you're out the game. If you think you're going to win, you're going to
Right.
win. Like, I always say, I will bet
Yeah.
in the person, I will invest in that person who believes in themselves. Let me tell you, I don't care. I'm a business owner. I have multiple
Yeah.
businesses. They're successful, but I would put my money on the passionate person who believes in something. Not the person with the shiny resume who comes in prepared. Let me tell you, I go
Yeah.
for grit and resilience any day. I would put my money behind someone who won't give up because you'll fail forward. You'll learn, you'll find a mentor, you'll get help. But the person who doesn't
Yep.
have the grit,
Yep.
resilience, and a warrior, they give up.
Yep. Yep. It's so true.
Yeah.
So, like, you and I met through YPO and a community of like these high impact leaders. What drew you to YPO and what has it meant to you? And it's like, we're not just in the YPO, we are in the same forum and we know each other so well. I mean, I just kind of want you to share what the YPO means to you.
I would say support. As you grow and you become more successful, it's lonely at the top. It's lonely. I needed support. I'm a doer.
Yeah.
I know I can do. I have teams, but you need support to bounce things, to learn. Like YPO has supported me and helped me with this You Are
Yeah.
Warrior app I have. I have 3 YPOers on my team, and the support that I'm getting is invaluable. It's like I love that they believe in me so
Yeah.
much that they're putting their time and effort, and we're making this something amazing. And so that's the support you get, right? Money can't buy it.
Yep. And I feel like it also YPO is like the badge of honor. And, we really, from the heart to want to each other to be successful. I think that is so rare.
Yeah.
And, it's a part of also, YPO, we don't have a lot of women. And we, 35,000 members globally, we only have probably 12, 13% women. So it's really also through this part, the stories I wanted kind of to give the YPO and the women present organizations and a lot of like a different community who empower women, want women to join, to have just to find their tribe. I think it's because it's so important. I knew firsthand because I'm with you, with all our group, small group, the big
Yeah.
community.
It's a
It's
life.
just like sometimes like a lifeline for us.
I
It's
know. I'm so
I'm so
glad.
glad.
It's
I'm
helped
so
my life
glad
so
we
much.
we were in this community. And so, like, what do you want to tell our dream weavers in the community?
I want to tell the dream weavers to never stop dreaming, never stop believing, and never give up. Let me say it again. Never stop dreaming, never stop believing, and never give up.
Sure, a lot of people will get inspired from today. And also, I have really this question is like I feel we talk about a little bit. If you could like this just come into today, this morning, right? If you could design a product or something is like that can represent your journey, what would it look like?
Well, I think I'm building it. I think it's the You Are Warrior mental wellness, mental health app. I think it's bigger than me. Mental health is at an all-time high. We're in a crisis. I always say this isn't my app. It's our app. It's the world's app. We need it. This is passion for me. My brother dealt with mental health. My family dealt with mental health.
Yeah.
We need a
Yeah.
platform. So when people are joining this movement, it's not just me,
Mm-hmm.
it's for all of
Yeah.
us.
Right. Right. So when you see what is like one item at your home, right? You can like hold it. When you being like kind of facing this fear, facing setback, something is really you can holding on to. Say, oh my God, this is at that moment, it's give you that kind of strength in your home. Is it just like random questions? I'm just curious.
No, no, I love the question. My mother's Bible. It's burgundy. And when I need comfort, I get on my knees and I pray. And I open up her
We
Bible.
all have the battles, some visible, some deeply personal. But today, Bershan showed us that being a warrior is not about never falling, it's about getting up every time and stronger, wiser, and more determined. So, what would change if you stopped playing small and owned the warrior within you? And thank you for being part of Dreamweaver Stories. Until next time, go be the warrior of your own life. Thank you, Bershan. You are so inspirational. I know I'm very inspired by you, our group, a lot of people, and I'm sure Dreamweaver
Oh,
and the
thank you
community
so
will
much. Thank you for
be
having me.
so
And
inspired
Dreamweavers,
by your
don't you ever stop
story.
believing. Thank you.